3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, Scottish Lad here. In today's video we're going to do something a bit different. I'm going to be ranking my top 5 darts that I'd recommend to anybody who comes to me and asks, what can I use? I'm just starting out, what do you recommend? So here's my list, let's crack on with it. Right, so coming in at number 5 we have the Red Dragon Swingfire. There's a picture in this corner of them. I will leave a link in the pinned comment for them if you want to go and have a look on the website to get your kind of dimensions and that kind of stuff. £18.50 is the price for these, so it's less than 20 quid for 85% tungsten dart, I believe they are. The weight range becomes between 20 and 30 grams, so you've got plenty of weight to pick between. I'd personally say between 22 and 23 grams to start you off, and that's simply because if you feel like you need to go a wee bit heavier, so if they're feeling too light when you're throwing them, if they're flying too high and etc., you go up a gram or two, or you go down a gram or two. So that's why I say from 20 to 30 grams is an ideal weight range. It's a simplistic round grip style, so it's very, very simple and it's very, very, very easy to grip and control. So if you need a lot more grip, you can move on to a different set, which we will see in number 4 because it has a touch more grip than the Swingfires. And if you need less grip, you'll be moving on to say like a smooth dart or something with a bit less grip. But like I say, £18.50, plenty of weight range, and very affordable. Let's move on to number 4. Right, at number 4 we have a set of darts that I've reviewed before, the Designer Dark Thunder V2. These darts are £20.95. It is a twin ring grip, like the kind of grip you'll see Danny Noppert use, Gary Anderson use, Kim Hybrex use. There's so many players that have used this in the past. Phil Taylor's used it in the past before with his Unicorn Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 5 and Phase 6. So that says it all. Phil, the greatest player in the world, used it. So it's an ideal, comfortable grip for most people. Sometimes it might be a touch too grippy for some. But for me personally, it's a bit not enough grippy. But that's just me. For a beginner, if you've tried the previous and you're looking for a bit grippier, move on to the Designer Dark Thunder before you make any decisions about going bigger. Again, with weight ranges become between 20 gram and 30 gram, and at that £20.95 mark, it's a cracking bargain, especially since you get your 2 sets of flights with it as well. Your short stems, but I always recommend buying a few different lengths of stems, different shapes of flights, just to test what is better for you as you're just starting. You will find that standard are probably best, but it's good to experiment and try and get that weight as you're just starting out. And the Designer Dart Thunders are a really classic dart, very close to a Gary Anderson dart. There's one of the YouTubers, I think it's Neil's Darts, that did a comparison between the Designer Dark Thunders, which are £21, and the Gary Anderson Noirs Phase 3, which are £75 at the moment. So it kind of shows the value you're getting for going for the Designer rather than going straight in for the Unicorn sets. But that was my choice at number 4. If you want to check out my review, the link will be in the description. Let's move on to number 3. At number 3 we have the Darts Corner Gallant. I would say any of the models, but I'm going to say Model 1, Model 2 or Model 3 because Model 4 is front weighted, and at the moment as you're just starting out you want an evenly weighted dart which is a straight barrel. So you're talking the M1, the M2 or M3, which is obviously what you want. Weight ranges are between 21 and 25 grams, so as I said, you'd better have starting between the 22 and 23 gram mark. That way you can decide whether you want to go a wee bit heavier or a wee bit lighter. So it's up to yourselves obviously when you start. Myself personally, I started at 24 and I've gradually worked my way down to 23.5. But that's after trying 21, 22, 26, 27. Eventually settled on the weight of my choice, which is 23.5, and that was 6 years in the making and a very costly 6 years. £19.95 on eBay for these, so you get 2 sets of stems, 2 sets of flights, your bar wallet and a point protector, which is ideal for keeping those points safe and keeping your darts safe if you get young kids running about. You don't want darts end up in foots or in heads or in hands, so point protector, ideal. And like I said, there's 4 different models, but I did recommend M1, M2 or M3 simply because the grip styles are all very similar and the shapes are all very similar with the exception of the M3, which I have a review of on the channel. I will leave a link in the description, same as the Dark Thunders. and they're cheap as chips on eBay, and plus you get the free delivery over on eBay, so well worth checking them out. Let's move on to number 2. Right guys, at number 2 is a very similar set of darts to the Red Dragon Swingfire, and it's actually the Darts Referee Originals, which come in 22 and 24 gram. Obviously the Darts Referee is the biggest YouTuber this side of the ocean, so the British Isles. He has 35.1k subscribers or something like that. He's so close to 35.2. He's on the road to 50k, and 50k he will be giving away £1,000 worth of darts equipment. So go over to his channel and subscribe if you can. As I said, it's a simplistic style, very similar to the Red Dragon Swingfire. The only exception is these have a modern twist with the red and black colour scheme and the TDR logo on the rear end of the barrel. But very similar to the Swingfire, the grip is the same. Probably a bit more grippy because these are 90% tungsten rather than 80% tungsten, which doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to go into that now. The tungsten content does not make a difference. 80% tungsten is usually just a bit thicker in comparison to 90%, which is a bit obviously thinner. And if you use discount code WC22 at www.thedartsreferee.co.uk, you can get a set of the TDR Originals for £17.50 at the moment. The usual price is £25, so even after this discount code runs out, if you use my code SLDDR, you'll get it for £22.50, so you're saving yourself that £2.50, and it helps me out as well. So if you want to do that, that's fine by yourselves. These also come in 22 and 24. They come as barrels only, but it does sell stems and flights, etc. on his site, and I'm pretty sure if you ask them nicely, he might be able to give you a wee set of flights or stems and some stickers, etc. since you're just starting out. But let's move on to the final entry, which is number 1, and it's my personal favourite of the list. So let's go to number 1. Coming in at number 1, a personal favourite of mine of any dart on the market, simply because it's so easy and effective to use, and the price is astounding. When I got them, they were £15. They have went up to £18, but if you go to Argos right now as you're watching this video or after this video, go to the Argos website or onto the Argos app, you will see these for £14 at the moment. Obviously with COVID restrictions, I'm not sure if you'll be able to go in store and collect them, but if they have them in your local store, you can order them online and you can get next day delivery. The next day delivery is £3.95, so you're paying the extra £4 to round it back up to 18 quid, let's just say, but you're actually saving £4 if it makes sense to you that way. Only available in 23 gram, but it's a standard ring grip like the likes of Dave Chisnell, Rob Cross, Adrian Lewis, Eric Bristow, just to name a few that I have used throughout their careers. Obviously Eric Bristow's no longer with us, but the rest of those players still use that grip today, which says a lot about that grip because it's easy to use, it's easy to control, and it feels comfortable in the hand. And it's a great way to determine whether you need more grip or less grip. So if you want to get a set of those from Argos, they're £14. I can leave a link in the description if you like, but it's easier just to go to the Argos website and have a look for yourself, because there are other ones on there that you could like the look of. Come with plenty of accessories, so you get 2 sets of stems, 2 sets of flights, your flight protectors, a nice wee plastic case rather than a bar wallet. It's not as secure as the bar wallet because the bar wallet is leather and it's easy to tuck in, it's easier to fit in your pocket. But as I say, the one will never get free. I have reviewed them as well, link in the description. Fantastic darts, one of my favourites of any dart I've reviewed so far, and I've reviewed over 100 sets of darts. The Never Get a Freeze will always be there with one of my best, simply because the value, the accessories you get with, and how easy it is to access them. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the video. What would you change on this list? What is your top 5 list? I'd like to know in the comment section, so if you've got the time, take a wee minute to list your top 5. Stay safe out there, and of course, keep on darting.